Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me today. It's much appreciated. I'm Jenny and I am finally back after a few days of distractions and also feeling a little unwell, but I'm all good. It's fine. Just adjusting to medication and but yes, I'm fine. I'm all good and I'm here for a change of pace. I've been doing very pretty sort of shabby sheet sort of journals and all the lace and everything, and I'm moving on to a much different theme for a little while, just for a little while. And I wanted to create some pages of my own, and so I'm going to do some painting, and I thought you might like to see my process, and if you have never really sort of done this sort of thing, I thought maybe you might like to join me, in which case all you're going to need is, I'm just using cheap Jo Sonja paints, and I've got this even cheaper one. This is a really good metallic paint for a cheapie. I love it. It's a copper one, and it's awesome. I've also got some Liquitex, no, I don't even know where I got the Liquitex is the paint that I usually use, but I'm not using that now. This is ink, and it's Dr. P.H. Martin's gold iridescent ink, and I've got a paint roller. I've got only 2 brushes. One is for stenciling and the other one is for painting. I've also got a palette knife, and I'm about to cough, excuse me. So sorry about that. I've also got an old card, like credit card type thing. Oh, what else have I got? I've got a sponge. I've got my water. I've got stencils. I've got this packaging, which is from Amazon. I think this came in an Amazon box. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. I've got this wonderful printed, collage printed, very grungy tissue paper that I got from out of my parcel from Which Craft Do You Do. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. What else have I got? I've got packaging paper. I've got a couple of old map pages out of a vintage atlas. I've also got one Stamperia Steampunk page. Whether or not I use all these things is another matter, but I have them anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to make a start. I'm not really sure exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing with this, but we'll see. I think I've forgotten something. I'm sure I'll remember it, so if I do, I'll pause and go get it. So this is just my paper for painting over. I have already cut my pages to size. I am going to use packaging paper because I love the texture, especially like this one is thicker than this one. and it's crumpled up beautifully, so that should take the paint quite nicely. You know, it should have some lovely texture on that. And this one is crumpled as well, but not as thick. So I'm thinking for this one I might do a front cover. I might actually do the cover for the journals. The journals are tall, not skinny. I've just used the whole, I'm using Stamperia paper, and I've just folded it in half, and that is the size and of the journal. So they're 12 inches high by 6 inches. And the reason why I chose that is because I couldn't work out where I was going to cut the page to, because you know Stamperia papers usually quite decorative all over, and I didn't want to lose any of the elements within the page designs, so I decided I'd do the 12-inch by 6-inch journals. So this one is the front cover, which is a bit thicker, so we'll see how this one holds up. Just wipe off my sponge as much as possible. Right, now for this one I want something a little bit lighter. And this time I'm going to actually pour the paint onto the paper. And that is ultramarine blue, and I might put on some blue violet as well, just because that's a bit bright. And I'm going to put some aqua on there, so I don't want it overly bright to start with. And this time I think I might use the roller. So this is definitely not a job if you don't like to get messy, but it is a lot of fun getting messy. It is a lot of fun to create your own journal pages, like, you know, your own artwork. I mean, it's wonderful having people who create journal pages, all the digitals for us. That is great. But it's also equally wonderful. Oops. if you can, you know, bring yourself to make your own. It's very freeing, helps you to build confidence within your own abilities, your own creative abilities. It extends your creative abilities within your junk journal craft. It's not an essential thing, but it just helps. And you know, if you're like me, I'm just cleaning my roller off. You know, lack confidence in certain areas, then doing this sort of thing is always, it's always fun. All right, so I'm not worried about the patchiness of it. I'm going to leave that, like the brown paper showing through. I'm going to leave it, and you won't notice that afterwards. And I'm going to come back when it's dry, and we will finish it. You won't even know I've gone, because I'll put the segments of the video together, do the editing bit, and we will do some wonderful things in the next part. Well, I'm back with dry, grungy looking paintings. This one actually dried very dark, so that's okay. That's fine. These have got a long way to go, so we're not going to worry about it. This one's not too bad. It feels awesome. It feels, I love the feel of this packaging paper that this is. It's really soft, and it's just wonderful. It's not going to feel like this once it's glued onto the manila folder that it's going to go on, but it's going to be good. So I'm just getting off any residual bits. Well, that's interesting. The imprint from that stuff has come through. Did that work? No, not really. But I'll use that after. I will. Take advantage of the texture in this paper and what's happening on my roller. I don't know what this is going to look like. I might not be able to use this as a cover. I don't know. We'll see. Just the paint's just about dried up. The brownish colour that I made has just about dried. Right, so I don't know where I want to put it. I want to use it now that I've started. I might put it down here, but not all that. It's pretty tough stuff actually. It tears okay one way, but it won't tear very well the other way. It'll tear that way, like so that the tear's going up, but it doesn't like. It's kind of like the you know, fabric. It tears good one way and won't tear the other. I'll leave that for a moment. I am going to use some of this clock paper. I think I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to use some of this map page. Here in the corner and here in the middle, maybe over here, a bit there. Piece down here. Under. Over it. Okay, I am going to do that. I just got an idea for this front cover, so I hope it's going to work. see, we will see. Come here. And I am going to put that piece up there. Might put the Gulf of Mexico on the upside. It's not much of it, but the words are there, so we might be lucky and still have the words. I don't know what will happen. I never know what's going to happen. I don't always come into this sort of activity with a plan in mind, apart from the obvious, you know, paint's going to be involved, probably glue and stencils. Apart from that, I don't really have much of a clue. I am going to put that down there. And I hope this is on the screen. I just thought about that. I thought, oh, I didn't check to see where the bottom edge of my paper was on the camera phone. Stuck. And this bottom edge I'll put some down the side there. I'll put maybe I'll put that. No. Be able to put it down there, perhaps. It's too much joining there. Maybe if I take some off. I'll just put that there for a minute. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be there or not. This one, however, could go on there. But it will take up too much of the paper, so I might take some of it off. I didn't want it taking up too much of the painted background. I'm just going to go ahead and do this piece. There's obviously no paint left there, so that was a bit heavy-handed. Never mind. Okay, now I have to go let this dry. Okay, so they're dry enough for me. This one's all but dry. This one's not quite dry yet, but I can still work on it. And I got the things that I forgot to get before, and these things and the kit, because I'm going to need that for the cover section. Alright, so I don't need that right now. That's for when I actually am putting the journal together. But I do need this. I'm putting this on the outside just because these journals are going to be probably a little bit chunky because I'm using quite a lot of the Stamperia paper. That would make a nice journal card, wouldn't it, for the journal? Look at the side there, perfect. Oh, I'll have to keep that in what's in my box. Okay. Weird when us junk journal junkies get all excited over packaging and stuff, isn't it? All right, so now, was I going to use that? Or no, I can't use that because she's too tall for the lamppost. Can't have the lamppost shorter than Lady Vagabond. So here we have Lady Vagabond. She's still a bit, oh, I could put it up further and have her just looking at depth perception. And we have a little cat somewhere. The cat is so cute. Are you familiar with the this kit? See, look at that cat. He's so cute. Or the plain one. No, I think we'll have, because they're ready to go on an adventure. Yes. Okay, so I'll put all the rest of the bits back. I haven't done one of these kits for a long time, and I do have a few left in my drawer. So over the last couple of days, I have spent several hours. I've cut two of this one of Sir Vagabond, and I did one of cut up another kit, and another two kits. So the other two were different theme. I've got 4 or 5 steampunk kits to do. So, okay. Now I'm all excited about these bits. I want to work on the cover. So I'm going to put that down there for a minute and think about how I'm going to work on this cover. I think I might need to actually fold it in half to see where I need to trim it and everything. It's not quite glued there, but I'll fix it after. I need the inside cover. Where's the inside one? What was I going to use? Just bear with me for a minute while I try and recall which one it was that I was going to use for the inside cover. Oh, I don't know. Is it that one? I reckon it might have been that one. Is it that one? Okay. Oh, come on. Yeah, it was this one. I just had to make sure that I had another one of those, and I do. So I've got 10 of the Stamperia pages in the journal. So That's going to work fine. And yeah, so I will glue that on after. So it is all about the right height. I'm thinking I'm going to leave the bottom a bit scrappy. I'm not sure whether I should or not. No, I won't. Okay. So I just needed to map out where that was going, and I don't want to put it right close up because I've got other plans for the spine, and I've also got to remember that well, just for example, that's it relaxed so far, and I've still got to put other pages in. So I need to make sure where this is sitting is going to be fine. So I want to put this about there. So where's the top of the light there? And Lady Vagabond down here with her cat. She will stand out more when I've done the other painting. I haven't finished painting yet. I'm just checking to see where everything's got to go. Maybe I'll put the cat on that side. Or that side. I don't know. We'll see. But so I know that the top has to come up to there, and she is going to sit in that vicinity. Okay. All right. So first of all, I need to get rid of this before I damage it. I can leave that in there for the moment. So first I'm going to, this is, it's by, I think this is by, oh, I can't remember now. I think it's Finbar. I don't know, but it's a rust effect paste, and it's very granulating, and it's gone rock hard. Oh, that's not good. No. Oh, that's terrible. I wonder if I can reactivate it. I'll be back. I'm going to see if I can reactivate these. Okay, I've come back to the video and I thought I had turned it on, but I didn't. I just got stuck in and started working on this cover. It's the front that I've been working on the most. I haven't really done anything on the back. But I can tell you what I've done. I've used a Faber-Castell what do you call it, gelato, and I've just smushed it around in certain areas. I did a little bit around here, some up here, just around. I did do some up here as well, and I like gelatos because they're easy enough to move around dry. The consistency, if you don't know gelatos, they're like a wind up. They're a bit about the size of a chapstick, and they wind up like a chapstick, and they're soft like a chapstick, and you just scribble it on, and then I use my fingers. You can also use a little bit of water on a brush to make it move. It is water soluble, so be careful when you go to, if you're using it on a like a front cover, if you're doing like I am, and you want to put a finishing coat over it, you'll need to use a spray finish, like a proper art spray finish, because brushing a wet medium over it will just reactivate it. Okay, so then what I did was I prepared some hardware to go on here, and I thought I had some paint left over, so I thought I will put that around in certain areas just to bring a little bit of colour back. I haven't done anything here because I'm going to put some of that tissue up there, but what I put around with the leftover paint was just some of my Jo Sonja Aqua, and I just used my finger to do that, just a tiny bit on my finger, and I just sort of finger painted here and there, just in patches. And then over that, first I did the rustic in the green, and I did that with my finger, and then over the rustic I did a little bit of the aqua, as you can see. All right, so, and I needed to, with the gelato, I wanted to use the black because I felt putting Lady Vagabond here, she didn't really stand out enough for me, and so I thought I'll put some black there, and that'll help to define her. So now I'm going to put the, I've already torn a piece, I'm going to put this piece up here in this corner, up in here like that, simply because I don't like this bit. It's always the way with mixed media work, or any kind of artwork. There's going to be times, not every time, but sometimes you're going to get moments where, you know, like, oh shoot, I really don't like what I did there, that was a bad move. And the good thing with you know, sort of mixed media art is you get to, you can fix it. you know, it's no biggie. It's no big deal. I thought it would be easier to use the PVA glue instead. Oh, shoot, see? Mistakes. But we will fix that. That's not a problem. We'll just put that down like that. That's all right. I'll fix it properly when it's dry. And a little bit more here. I'll trim off after it's finished. Okay. And that little bit here. It doesn't matter if you use too much glue. The glue dries clear, and it's always a good thing to put a little bit on top just so you've got some movement. Otherwise, like that, it tears. So when that's dry, I can come in and do something with that just to make it look like it's meant to be like that, like it happened 100 years ago. Okay, so I've prepared a, I'll talk about that in a minute. You can probably see it on the, I think I've just put wet paint on my ear. Oh, yeah, I think I did. Okay, Sarah, I think I'll blot that off for now because I'm not using it right this minute. Paint everywhere. So no, for now I'm going to put Lady Vagabond on. I think. Do I want her down that low? No. Sort of there. And I'm not going to glue her completely because I'm thinking I'm going to put some lace or something, some sort of trim down in the bottom corner. So I will put most of her on anyway. And I can do the rest later. And I should have used the fabric glue, but that's okay. Just because it dries faster, that's all. Kind of want her about there. I will be going over this whole piece once it's all finished. With a spray finish. I've got a really good art spray that I use for my watercolors, and so it won't have a glossy finish. I don't want it to have a glossy finish. Excuse me. I want to keep it this sort of matte look because it looks older, and this time I am going to use this only because this is not quite as wet. I'm getting in such a pickle with this little venture of mine. Oh look, there it is. Come on, out. Now, I was going to put him on this side down here. Just so it looks like he's standing sort of just off to the side behind her. Okay. So the other thing I've decided is I'm going to do this journal as a no-sew journal. So yeah, once again, I'm going to be attaching pages with hinging, the hinging method. And yeah, so what I've done is I've prepared, I'll bring up a couple of these cogs and stuff so that you can see them. Right. And how I did that, I wanted a bit of a verdigris sort of effect. So, and I don't really know how to do that. There is a paint mixture that you can get that kind of verdigris sort of look, or shade or colour or whatever. And I don't know what it is, but what I thought I would do is use my aqua on them first, and then just using my finger, and I just put it on and then spread it around like it was almost dry, and then I use that rustic green stuff. Rust Effect Paste in green, and I did the same thing over where the paint was. And then I wanted the aqua to sort of not be prominent, but just peek through. This one's probably a bit bright, but that's okay. But I do think they turned out really awesome. So they're going on the cover as well, and I'll show you what I mean. How awesome that looks. But I can't put it on until this is dry so that I can work on it, and then I will I can't even turn it over to, oh yeah, I can do it this way, I suppose, so I can work on the back. I'm not doing too much to the back. I think I'm just going to put some of this gelato just around here and there, and then that way you get to see what I'm talking about. Just scribble it, and then don't leave it too long, just do it virtually straight away. So you do a little bit at a time. And sort of doesn't spread too far, but it has got a bit of spreading room, and once you get it on your finger, you know, it sort of builds up. That, and I'm going to do a bit down here. This just gives it a little bit of depth, and I don't know, I like it. You don't have to. Do the same sort of thing for your art, but if you are doing an art page, and you know, I mean, it's always good to find out about new ways of adding colour to your page, and gelatos I do recommend. Alright, I think that might be enough. Spread it down to the bottom and out. Okay. And I'm going to add some of this, and I'm doing this in the same way. Here and there. Use what's on my finger. Get it off. Okay. It's so gritty. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to put a piece of this on. I've got a small piece here which I want to use up. So I think I'm going to pop that across the bottom. And do I want that up there? Or down? Maybe not so much. Oh, stuck to me. Oh, look, another damaged part. That's okay. That's probably won't see that too much once the the spine piece goes on. Which I haven't prepared yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow. That is the very last, one of the very last things that gets done to the journal, so it's not like I need it right now. Okay. And then this piece. There's so much grit and paint on this paper, so it's much better to use the PVA glue instead of a glue stick for this part of the process. Another damaged bit. I'm not worried, it's fine. These dried up very sort of darker than what I was hoping for, but that's okay. We will work with it. I've got a little bit of white here, so I'm hoping that I'm going to have enough to do some stenciling on both the back and the front. So I'm going to do a little bit up here. I'm just doing a little bit. Getting paint everywhere on my fingers. And oh god, it's got caught on me. No, get off me. Okay, and I'm going to do a little bit on this side as well. bit down the bottom. So this is almost what I would call almost done. I am not really sure whether I'm going to put the hardware pieces on now or if I'll wait until until I put the journal together. There, I'm done with this. No more paint. Okay. Yeah, I think I probably will wait. But essentially, that is the front cover without all the hardware on, and that is the back. And then, of course, you don't know what I'm going to put on the spine, and I've already decided on a closure too, but I have to go op shopping for that. So I'm not planning on going out again until the end of the week, and I'm not going to need the closure until the very end of the journal anyway. So so that's that one, and I'm going to go on and work on this one. This one's actually dried up quite nicely. I'm not sure though what it's a bit too thick, I think, to go into the journal. So I'm not really sure whether I'm going to include it in the journal or not. Probably not. I probably will keep this for another cover. Because I've got another Lady Vagabond, so I might use that one for her and for her other one. And yeah, so we'll see. But at least I've got that far. I do have another journal that is more shabby chic, and I would like to do a cover for that one as well. So, and a couple of pages if I can manage it. So I'm going to do those in the next video. However, that would be just to put those aside for then. And I'm only doing that because I've got all the paint and everything. I've made a mess of my desk. So I'm going to do that while my desk is messy. But that particular journal is not coming up for a while because I'm going to get over the steampunk. I've got 4 steampunk journals to do. So we will see how this goes, but if you've got this far, thank you. And I'm going to put the lace and stuff on when I actually do put the cover on the journal. So no more embellishments until then. So I think this is just going to look really cool. I'll put these on here so that you can sort of see. And then these are going up on there as well. These ones. yeah. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but they're going to go up on there too. But yes, I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. In the end, it's come out very grungy, and I do love it. So I'll bring it up closer to the phone so that you can see it much better. So if you would like to see how this journal gets put together, if you would like it to be a start to finish, please comment below and let me know. And otherwise, I'm just going to do it in the background, and yeah, maybe you might get to see some of the ephemera get made. But yeah, I don't mind doing a start to finish if that's what you want, but I have just done all those and I thought maybe you might be sick of them. So I'm going to clear off this and sort out my next lot of colours, and get ready for the next journal page cover thing. Bye for now. Peaceful blessings, everyone.